Hey y'all, hey everybody. Good evening. I was about to say afternoon, but it is evening. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat, baby. Let me see who we got in here. Why is StreamYard not showing the numbers? I know this ain't a members on. Oh, there you go. Okay, they moving slow again, per usual. Per usual. Okay, StreamYard. I don't need you messing up this live, baby. I'm on time. Well, a few minutes behind, but y'all know. Y'all know what the deal is. Let's see who we got in here. Then we're going to get it started, okay? Hey, I'm Chosen. I know y'all got y'all live going on. I'm sorry that we had to go live at the same time. My special guest actually wanted to go live earlier, but I was busy. I was packaging cookies, so I couldn't do it earlier. But I will be back to watch y'all live later because I know it's finna be good. Hey, Miss Geraldine. Let's see. Hey, Scorpio Stings. What's up, Toya, Tony, the big gamer? Get right with LB, Love Cat, Miss Flo. Blessings to you too. Kayla. Love you too, Kayla. Hey, Miss Claudette, Miss Karen, Miss Charlene, respectfully April. We got Miss Darlene. We got my bro Terry. We got Life with Carissa. Real Crimes. Real Crimes, they said for the ones in the back. Lupac, the real cottage. Oh, y'all, listen. We finna put it on the floor for real. What's up, Mikey? Hey, Harmony. Tonya Ross. We got LaWanda. We got Roslyn. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Okay. She's gonna be in a few. Miss Cheryl. We got Kimberly Merrills, Treasure Life, Miss Ilka, LaShelle's, Larry Lou, Honey Williams, Kimberly W, my girl Anomaly. We got Nubian Queen, A Life with Treasure, K Monet. We got, let's see, y'all. And yes, y'all, please hit that like button. We got Kia. We got Nikki Bowman, Emil, Kat Onyx, Miss Beverly, Miss Tracy, Barbie Doll. We got my girl T, Robin Lots, Talia, Pretty Green Eyes, K Brown. We got Sadie, Miss Marlene, Q Ana with the Q, Spicy Brown, Miss Michelle. So I got two phones going on, shaking my head. Susie M. We got Tanya, Tokyo Blues, NXS, Ro Baby, Miss Melissa Santana, Barbara Didi, Latoya Jackson, Michaela, Dark and Lovely, Hazel Eyes, Serenity Speaks, Miss Glenda. We got Maria, Miss Lady, Lisa R. She say watching from the bushes. Okay, babe. Thank you for coming in and speaking. Hold on, sis. I'm about to add you up. We got She Don't Do Ops. It's Only One Me. Erica Hayes, Twin Girl, Marlena, Sweetly Favored. We got my girl Nika Ray, Miss Sonia, Miss Cynthia Craig, Tiffany S, Miss E, Swine, and I think that's it for now, y'all. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button for me. What's up, Hercules? Yes, y'all hit that like button. Keep them likes liking if y'all don't mind. Keep me in that algorithm. If you would like to support my channel, my Cash App is rolling across the screen. It's $Lupac1. You can also support me by joining my membership. It's a lot of exclusive content in members only, baby. We get to litty over there, okay? Thank you, Miss Glenda. I got your order ready too. I'm gonna push them out tomorrow. What else I want to say? Oh, cookies. Website www.lucysweetsandcatering, and I also signed up for Buy Me a Coffee. So if y'all want to support by buying me a coffee, I'm gonna drop the link in the chat in a few. So let's get it cracking. And I see some more people coming in. I'll shout y'all out in a few. Let me add my special guest. What's up, sister? She must be muted. You can hear me? You might be on mute. All said Mom Michelle, she writes. Ruby A. Stokes. Miss Cynthia Craig. Hold on, y'all. Trigger Preacher might be on mute. Beautiful Ashes, Mama Maria. Malibu Genies, Dominica. Tea with Lulu. Carolyn K. Shout out to all of y'all. Trigger Preacher, you might be on mute or you might be having a StreamYard been tripping. You might have to get down and come back in. Hey, Miss Angela Dickerson. Hey, Madeline. She said, I finally get my cookies. Yes, ma'am. Hey, Miss Prisha Jefferson. Dominica say, Pac, you need to block. I see she is talking trash about you. She always talking trash about me. I don't care about that old, Ronald Isley looking stud. I've been blocked her on Facebook. Y'all know I don't care what them people say. I blocked her on Facebook months ago. And she might be blocked on YouTube too, cause she sure don't be in my chat. She don't follow me, so she can't comment. But I was going in with her in the comments one day. I got rid of her so quick, but I had to I had to joke on her a little bit first. Cause you really trying to play with me? You too old and confused. Go sit down somewhere. Hey, Miss Lolita. She right say your video had me crying laughing. I was working on it last night, y'all. Hey, Gigi. So, while we wait for Trigger Preacher to come back in the building, she might be having some issues. StreamYard been tripping, y'all. Like, it's been tripping a lot. I just want to put this disclaimer out there before I get started so no one gets it twisted. This is me personally. I still have yet to see any proof of Mr. LaTruth being an AB, USER, even with everything that has come out. People can say anything from their mouth, but just like the court of law, allegations have to be proven. And based on what has come out that we've seen so far, there's absolutely no proof of Mr. LaTruth being a physical ABUSER. And if we're going to base it off of verbal and mental, y'all, then we would have to consider them both to be ABUSERs, because we heard cussing on both ends, and that's big facts. And because of that, my stance is still the same, period. Now let's get into it. And that's big facts, because at the end of the day, it's easy to say something out of your mouth, but if you don't have no proof to back it up, and we already know we dealing with somebody that's been lying throughout the whole saga. And I'm going to go... she right back. Hold on, y'all. You back, sis? You can hear me?
I'm good, yeah.
Good. Y'all let me know if y'all hear echoing, because y'all know if I'm unmuted with StreamYard and I got somebody up here, it echoes. Do y'all hear echo? Y'all let me know in the chat.
I don't know why I hear it while I'm talking, but let me make sure that
I don't hear it. Do you?
Okay.
Are you playing? You playing YouTube on your end too? Like you have it up?
Nope.
Okay.
As long as they don't hear it, we're fine.
I see one person say echo. So what I'll do is whenever you talking, I'll mute, and then whenever I talk, you mute. That way it'll kind of cut it out for us. Okay. You want to start? Do you want to start it off, or you want me to start it off? Because I know you got some stuff to do in a little bit. Because what I'm gonna do is I took some clips from Miss Amora's live that I want to speak on, and I'm gonna play them individually from my phone.
Okay. I'm following your lead.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll play the first one, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Let me pull it up. I could have pulled it up on the screen, but I don't feel like doing all that. I took the exact clips that I wanted, and we're gonna go from there, y'all. Let's see. I think this is the first one.
John L. Young is a user. He is an abuser and a user. He knows Brianna wants to be in a relationship, so what does he do? He psychologically abused her I ain't gonna say every single day, because whatever, right? I'm no longer a part of that. I no longer support neither one of them. I no longer watch them. So I really don't be knowing what's going on until you guys come tell me. But I did hear recently.
Okay, that's the first one. Let me play this next one.
Came out a few days ago and told y'all that this man was the devil. She's actually telling the truth. She's telling the truth. The things that I've heard her do with my own ears, even to her children, to help save her relationship is sickening. It's sickening. They have to call this man and beg him to come back. I'm not even gonna say the baby name because I don't want them hurt. I really don't. But I just pray one day that all women wake up and realize you deserve better. No man should be able to treat you like shit and you stay. All because you want to save face for social media? What? Please, if you can hear my voice and if you're in a relationship and you faking it for social media, stop doing it.
Okay, that's the first one, y'all. And one of the things that really got to me about that clip in particular, I wish she would have elaborated on the things that were done to her kids because of him. I really wish she would have elaborated on that more. She did say that she would make her kids call Janelle to get him to come back. Like, oh my God. I literally told my audience the other day that I have a sister who is just like Brianna. Literally will put a man before her kids. And that's without even knowing that Miss Amora was going to come out and say that. But it's my biggest issue with them on that side is the fact that, bump her, because she a grown woman at the end of the day. She might be 32, but she's a full grown woman. It's what happened with those kids. If you gonna be quiet, at least be loud for the kids. That's what would have really pushed me to speak up, because those kids was being affected and still are. And the fact that it's still women on that side that's keeping quiet that knows about this is even crazier. I can't respect that. I can't respect that at all. My conscience and my morals and my integrity would have never let me sit quiet that long. I just can't do it. I'm sorry.
Listen, Pot. I told you I got off the saga. You did a great job, even just continuing it. Because I'll be honest with you, like literally, you are the one that will pop up on my feed from time to time, and so I think your content is hilarious. All right, you're so silly and beautiful at the same time. So, you can't help but just like click in, like what Pac talking about, but we just, I kind of separated myself like many people did. You know what I mean? I just truly had believed that God was going to bring it to an end. And this was the year of reveal, of exposure. And we saw all of those things happen. And so I wasn't even touching this, but here you go, Pac, on my timeline, going down my little YouTube that I barely get on. And you were touching on it. And I saw some things that she was saying, or that Amore was going live about this thing. And so I had to get in another account because I had blocked her from Trigger Preacher. And I had to get another account and hear this for myself. And when I tell you, I was boiling. I was hot. I was hot, and I had to evaluate why was I so hot. And if y'all don't know, I reached out to Lupac like, I'm hot, sis. Like, really? One of the things I think that really made me hot was that I'm a big component of good versus evil. And one thing that made me hot was I need y'all to catch something: the deception. I want y'all to understand deception, because that's what we were saying in the beginning. There were people on that side that believed the deception. And I commend Amore for coming out saying that, because it takes a lot to come back and say, I was deceptive. I was manipulative. I lied. I took the photos. I mean, I wrote a list of things she said down. The fact that she said, I took a photo. I took a photo that Bree sent to me. I took these photos and we pushed them all together to create the deception that it was Robert that did it. And one thing that I did not like about it is that she said that she didn't want to excuse Robert because there was a scratch on Bree, but watch the differences in the scratches. The scratch from Robert came from his watch. The scratch from the Janelle guy came from, so-called allegedly, from him, from his hands. And so for me, just watching the deception, and for those who was not deceived, pat yourself on the back, because that's the world we're living in. We're living in a very deceptive world. And what you saw happen is why so many men end up in prison. And I commend those people who advocate for domestic violence survivors, but I am an advocate for men who are abused by women secretly. So I advocate on the other end for the men that is abused and that is lied on by things like this, by simple things like this. And what I did not like, Sis Lupac, was that grace was given to Bree for her to be a victim of abusers, and for her to be a person who may have took on the ways of her abuser, and grace was given to her. But grace was not so-called given to all the men who was allegedly supposed to be the abuser. And that's the problem that I have even in our Christianity walk or our discipleship walk, is that grace is given to everybody. Grace is given to everybody, because just like Brianna could have been displaying some of her actions from previous abusers, men display their actions from previous abuse that happens in their life. And so we can't give one person grace without giving the other person's grace. And so when I looked at this thing, there is so much healing that has to take place, not just in Brianna, but every woman who followed the lie, because there was something boiling up in that woman that wanted that lie to be true. So there is something that was boiling up in even a more to be able to do something. I'm not going to excuse the more. She needs to be healed too. She has to go through healing too. And the reason why my first video went viral about actual Bree at the time, because I was on my own personal healing journey, and I had to take accountability for my actions and past relationships that I have contributed to those relationships being sour. And that's what I did not see women doing, taking accountability for their aggressiveness, from some of their abusive behaviors that they picked up from mama or grandmother or whatever that they went through, and they injected those things into their now present relationships. And so that's why I jumped in. Like, this thing is real, but there's a lot of healing that has to go forward. And that healing has to start with the inner work. And if we keep on passing this monkey around on other people's back, making them accountable for our own actions, instead of Bree sitting back and people being true about it, Bree needs to be healed. Bree, this is beyond the first baby daddy, the second husband or whatever, or the first husband and the second boyfriend. This is a healing that needs to take place within her. If people need to stop, forget the men. This is something that is going on within her. She has trauma, and it's at the core. The core, she has trauma at the core. And if she's not healed, she's going to take this trauma on into any and every other another relationship she's getting in. So it's beyond Janelle, because a healed woman would not allow another man to even act like it, quack like a duck, look like a duck. No healed woman is going to allow somebody to come into her life and show any forms of trait of abuse and sit there. This woman is not healed. But go ahead, Lupa.
I agree. And you know what? When I'm glad you said that. I was gonna do it in a lineup, but I'm glad you brought it up because that was definitely a key point that I pinned from Miss Amora's live, is when she said that this is where the coddling comes in at. When she said that Bree took on some of the behaviors of her abusers. No, baby, she didn't take on the behaviors of her abusers. That's in her. She has a traumatic background. She said she was raped as a young child. It's a lot that's still built up in her that she hasn't even healed from and got help from. I don't think that it has anything to do with her picking up the traits of her abusers. That's coddling her, because she has to be accountable for her own actions. She was on that audio cussing at Mr. LaTruth just as well as he was cursing at her. So we can't coddle her, and she's an adult just because she's a female, and say that the man is guilty. And I just don't like the whole victimizing the woman all the time, especially when the toxicity is in the woman and it's been displayed all over the internet.
Absolutely.
And we've seen her on lives where they were separated, no longer in the same household, where she could get triggered and she will literally turn into a whole nother person, like a demonic form, when she will be going off on him and he was nowhere in her presence. So I could only imagine her behavior inside that house with him. So to sit there and say, oh, she just, she needs to work on, get help because she took on the identity of her abuse. No, that's BS. That's BS at the end of the day. And I feel like each man shouldn't be treated the same because we only have proof for one. In all actuality, the first baby daddy, because Miss Amora said that Brianna told her she went through abuse with all three baby daddies. It was all the same. The first baby daddy, I can say this, it was no proof that was put out about the whole pit bull incident, but it was brought up in one of his lives, his podcast lives, and somebody asked him about it, and he was like, I think it was the podcast that him and her did together, and somebody asked about it, and she said that, well, we healed. I mean, we moved on from that. He apologized and all is forgiven. And he didn't say no. He didn't disagree with it when it was asked to him. So in my opinion, that's kind of like an admission of guilt, because he could have said that never happened, but he didn't. He said, I was young back then. I grew up. I took accountability. I'm a changed man. That's the type of things that he said. So in my opinion, that was an admission of guilt. As far as Mr. LaTrue goes, like I said in the beginning, it was never any physical proof of physical abuse outside of the toe incident in which she was the aggressor. If you're not familiar with the storyline, you don't need to be speaking on it. Go back to the beginning and watch it. She brought out pepper spray and everything. She was definitely the aggressor in that situation, and he had to protect himself with that toe, period. All that other stuff, the cursing on the audios and this and that, it was back and forth. It was both of them. So if you going to call one an abuser, you got to call both of them out, or don't call neither. Just say they have toxic marriage, period.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm going to say this because, sis, I'm right now in the process. We're doing a healing conference right now, June 23rd, right? And so because I'm on my own personal healing journey from sexual abuse in my own path, I can identify what's happening. And so when you look at something that Bree is going through, it's something that we known as PTSD, which is called post-traumatic stress disorder. And a lot of times we use these things when we think it's military or something like that. But no, this actually happens with people who have been sexually abused, and it's scientifically proven that they have something called an old brain, and the old brain can only react. That brain, it has not able to think, reason, plan, or compare. And so what happens in the old brain, it responds instantly to things when they think it's in danger. It overrides the thinking parts of the brain. And this is what you see Brianna doing. She's actually overriding. She's reacting to every emotion. She's reacting to every step they make, to everything that's done. And for a guy who does not understand what's happening to this woman, he thinks she's crazy, right? He thinks she's deranged, right? And so he's a victim of a lot of these triggers that she's having. Brianna got a lot of triggers, and if you women can understand, we all got a lot of triggers. And if you ever went to counseling and you had a good therapist, he would tell you things about landmines, and he would say, do not step on each other landmines. Understand what those are. Sometimes you have to go back and say, okay, that person is not my mama, that person is not my daddy, or that person is not my abuser. And so a lot of times, this is why, especially in the Black community, we lack good therapy. We lack good understanding from a psychiatric standpoint. It got to get so bad where we are mentally in a cave or in a mental institution to have psychotic work done, to have psychiatrists to talk to us. But a lot of us women have been sexually abused or been physically or mentally abused. And what we don't understand is the scientific information of what is happening to our brain when that happens. Your actual brain actually stops developing when you're a kid if these things happen. Your brain actually begins to go into safety mode and creating safety spots for you. And so certain people, a lot of, I'm gonna say honest, white folks got this stuff because they've been invested in their mind. They invest in their relationships and marriages. They were taught that more than that. For us, I'm concerned, and I can see. I go to certain little retreats, sis, and I go to certain little conferences and stuff, and I be the only color face in there. You know what I'm saying? So that lets me know that a lot of us do not take our self-care serious. You know what they say when they teach us self-care? They teach us to go get your hair done, go take a trip, and go look cute. And that's self-care. No, self-care is why you keep having anxiety attacks, why you keep having blood pressure skyrocket, why you keep having all these internal issues, why are you afraid, why are you schizo, why are you paranoid, why are you keep making all these irrational decisions, why are you always triggered, why are you always angry? That's self-care. And when we look at Bree, this is some stuff that she's going on. So I can say Amore need healing just like Bree needs the healing, because she's constantly going forward and she's going to move forward with these other stories, and she's speaking out of her own hurt, out of her own pain. But heal people, and hurt people. And just as you said, Sis Lou Pop, like at the end of the day, all over there was justification. No, you cannot. I'm glad she came out. Glory be to God. But a lot of people was affected. A lot of people was mentally and psychologically affected by all of the deception and the manipulation that was happening over there. So I hope every female that was on that side, that heard the manipulation, that heard the deception, I hope that you shut it down, because you got to be very careful of who is speaking. And that's what we were saying. Be careful who's speaking into your life. Be careful, because they can lead you down a slippery slope of no recovery. We were trying to scream from this platform like, Bree, you better shut them down because you need help, but you continue to connect with that ain't gonna make you no better. And we cannot get away from some of these things she was saying about the fact that Janelle was doing these things again. Janelle saw some things. He saw some dysfunction. He was dysfunctional himself. But the fact that she was doing all of this, catch this, sis, the fact that she said that I'm trying to hold on to this relationship just to be able to prove to the followers that I don't want Robert anymore. That means that somewhere in that line, Janelle knew that he was being used for her agenda, and he did not have any respect for her. Let's keep it clear and let's keep it 100. They were both using each other for their own agendas, and this is what happened. If we be really clear, in the beginning of this whole saga, we understood that Bree was trying to use LaTruth for her own come up. Look how all this stuff unfolds. Only the best gonna survive. Only the one who got the true endurance is going to survive. So I commend LaTruth for still being on these platforms and still pushing through, when at the end of the day, he was the first target. He was the number one target in this thing. And so we ain't gonna just say, oh, Janelle, because she says Janelle is the devil because she's speaking out of his own trauma. No, Janelle saw what it was. He saw that I was being used according to what they said. They said that Bree said this is the only reason. So he knew. So when he made the comment, and the comment says, hey, listen, you won't have this platform without me, because she was using him for her own agenda. And that thing. Go ahead.
I was about to speak to what you said, and to keep it a buck, it's still like, even with Miss Amore's live, it was definitely justifying, because even with her bringing up the whole incident that happened in Jamaica. Now you speaking to what happened with Janelle, but you justifying the whole situation by saying, oh well, we just threw some pictures together and they still fought though. But then, because I have that picture, she got like a little black dot under her eye. It does not look like a scratch, it looked like a blemish. You can zoom in and everything is real small. And her saying, well, his watch scratched her or whatever. Okay, if y'all tussling, right? If y'all fighting, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be more than a watch that's gonna scratch you. You credited that to a watch scratching her under her eye, not his fingernail, not his hand. That's something that could be caused accidentally. A watch scratch, and he probably was trying to get her off of him.
Absolutely.
The only thing that happened was his watch scratched her. She didn't say nothing else. That's all she said when she spoke on that. And even as far as some other pictures goes, we never seen none of that. So you mean to tell me damn near everybody that then came out from under this saga that was the closest people to her that met her in person, because Miss Amore never even met her in person. All of her, like Ayana, Anaya, Dawn, Ashley G, Mick Styles, all of these people who was the closest to her that came out and said they never seen any proof of physical abuse from her, the closest people to her. And then Miss Amore even said out of her own mouth that they kind of kept her on the back end, like she wasn't favorite on that end. You the only one that was sitting on some proof, some pictures that she sent you. I call cap. And I call cap because there's no way. She literally sent y'all everything she had. Y'all was scrambling to put stuff together to go against us on this side and never put nothing together. So I call cap on that. The whole situation, like with her finally, no, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
was literally on her ass the whole saga about proof. And you mean to tell me a situation happened with Janelle and you finally got some type of proof of an incident with LaTrue? Bye. Big bye.
yeah. And what you just said, well, if you listen to it, and when she went to the bottom and said, this is what it all came down to, that she was rejected. See, this is trauma, right? This is trauma, y'all. Better catch this thing. When you go and listen to, you got to let people talk. The Bible says you will know a fool by the multitude of words that proceeded out of their mouth.
Come on.
Y'all better listen to people talk and let them talk. The Bible says, be slow to speak, be slow to anger, but be quick to listen. We got 2 ears and we got 1 mouth. Listen to what people say. They'll tell you why. See, when Amore got done, she said the reason why I was hurt because I was rejected. What she said was that I blocked both of them. That I was said that every time I called, the reason why she left me alone was because every time I called her, it was always about the saga, and she didn't want nothing to do with that. So she says, yeah, I was hurt because I was looked at as the bad person when I was trying to help. So I blocked them. Why do a person talk? Because of rejection, because of all the hurt, because of all, I'm mad now and I got to get it off my chest in the name of so-called God. This woman said, she said, I can put my hands on every Bible to prove that she's not lying. And then she said she prayed about it before she got on these platforms. She prayed about should she say something or not, because originally she was going to make money off of it. But she said, no, she prayed about it. And whoever she prayed to apparently told her, no, just do it. Don't make money. Listen, one thing I don't play with is playing with God. I know we all got our own personal relationships, but you ain't going to get up here and play with God, not in my face, and I can see it. I'm going to expose it and say something. But you got on here on this conference and you can put your hands on every Bible because you ain't lying. But every other woman that came out to tell the exact information that you're now telling, you call them liars.
Come
You
on.
talked about them, you dogged them, you drugged them, you owe them a big, huge apology. No, and I know you said I did that in public, I did all that kind of stuff, but baby, there's still some consequences we got to pay for. Like you drugged them with lies, you drugged them with deceit, you drugged them and dogged them and made money off of that. And then you say, I can get on the Bible when we were all screaming that it was obvious the facts was in front of our face. A blind dog could see the facts. But the fact that I need y'all to understand deception, if y'all don't get nothing else, deception and healing is important. Because if you're not healed, people can speak to those wounds that you got. And they can make you believe a lie and make you follow them. That's how the enemy can get you, by deception. Make sure that before you follow somebody, that part of you is healed. That part of you is not biased. That part of you is not wanting somebody to pay the price for something that somebody in your past did to you, that probably is going on living their life dead, that's probably living up their life and ain't thinking about what they did to you. Healing is for you. Forgiveness is for you, because you got to be able to walk and live this life to the best of your ability. And when you're carrying that much unforgiveness, hate, anger, evil, and you getting on these platforms and you bashing people and you know you lying, baby, that's the inside that is rotted to the core. That's rotted to the core. And that don't just get better because you say, oh, I apologize today. No, you got to do the work for that.
Yep. And that's what make it even worse. They don't realize and this is what really gets me. They don't realize the impact that they had over these unhealed women, because all of these women that follow them, probably a good 95% are actual DV victims, and they went hard. Like, we seen stuff happen in this saga that we have never seen before on the internet. People were being attacked, family members being involved, all of this behind lies. And you spoke on her saying that she did all of this because she wanted to make Latruth, no, she wanted to, yeah, she did say she wanted to make him jealous, and she wanted to make it seem like, show her supporters she didn't want him anymore. Baby, I look at it like you wanted him, because there's no way in hell I'm gonna go that much out my way to prove a point like that. Ain't no way. That's not how you show a man you don't want him, because your actions was doing differently. You was still going back and forth with him on the internet. It was still a lot of that while you was with this new man, trying to prove that you was in complete bliss, but you couldn't get your ex off of your brain. And that's where a lot of her and Janelle problems stem from, because she moved on too quick. And just, I'm glad Amora put that out there, that she did that to prove to Latruth and her supporters that she didn't want him no more. Baby, that's the biggest thing you could do to show him that you still want him, if anything, because you didn't prove nothing. You literally got with your karma.
Right. And what you always
Literally.
say, we know that word is rebound. We know that's rebound. You know what I mean? It was a bad rebound. When you try to get somebody else to try to get over another person, and that does not work. Now you just disregarded their feelings and disregarded their emotions. You know what I mean? And so again, like we say, hurt people actually hurt people. And when we look at these type of things or whatever, and we look at what was done, it's like, yeah, we just hope that everybody that we have been hollering and screaming and praying this thing for. And it was so funny, Lupat, because we were over here praying, right? And then, they started having people over there that started to pray. And and I looked at that once or twice when they called themselves talking about me. And I was outdone. I was like, did you go gather? That's how the enemy works. You go gather some folks who apparently supposed to know how to pray, and y'all know y'all wrong over there. I'm telling y'all better watch it. Watch your heart. The Bible says, guard your heart, for out of it flows the issues of life. Man, like, guard your heart, because at the end of the day, this is just one platform we looking at, but this is a lot that's happening in real life, man. Guard your hearts. And my heart goes out to every domestic violence survivor. But I tell you, according to what the facts are out here, we ain't talking about this girl as no DV survivor, okay? Because like you said, Lupa, we've been saying this from the beginning. She was acting out her traumas and her triggers in these relationships. And I don't care if you go into a pit bull and you go barking at a pit bull and you go mad, you gonna get something from that pit bull. He ain't gonna think about it. So you have to be very mindful before you go somewhere acting out your traumas and your triggers and then think somebody not gonna respond. Even the Bible says you don't provoke your own children to anger. If the Bible is telling you not to provoke your own children to anger, let me tell you something. Don't provoke a grown man or a grown woman to anger. You don't provoke nobody. Some of those words that we watch Bree use, you know what I'm saying? If she used those same words in any woman face, she ain't gonna, she what's that word you said? Some people gonna unalive some folks. Like, you can't do that with no man or even your children. You got children coming back getting their parents. You know what I'm saying? Years later, you got to be careful of how you treat anybody in a relationship, period, and those who you are not in a relationship with. At the end of the day, like I said, Lupac, I was like, this one right here, it was on fire, because it was like, woman, you were the main corporate on that internet. You were the main corporate running that whole little thing over there that was actually putting together so much manipulation and deception. And to sit back and hear her actually say that I knew these things were true, man, that got to hit y'all kind of different, because this woman said, I knew when the spitting came out, I knew he spit in her face, but you went on and justified it. And you went on and act like it didn't happen. The woman say, I knew that he scratched her. I knew that he had been cheated on her with 4 women. I'm watching this girl. This woman said that this girl actually came back and said that this guy said he had just got a blow job or whatever from some women, but it's okay though because I did my dirt. And she had to hear all of this and get on a platform and still pretend in front of everybody that this girl was all good. And then I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let you go. Then I'm gonna say this. Then she says, some people always say, oh, poor Brianna, she's just this sweet girl. She says, no, I just want to say Brianna ain't that sweet girl that y'all say. Then she says, and some people say she's this mean girl. But no, she's just not this mean girl. She's kind of a combination of both. Well, we're going to be very reality. If we're going to be technical about it, we all got a good side and we all got an evil side. So don't be biased because we all got good versus evil at work within us. The Bible says that when I will to do what is right, oh, Paul says, I find myself doing what is wrong. Oh, wretched man that I am, for my body, I'm at war with my body. I'm at war with my flesh. So we all have a responsibility to learn self-control and self-discipline. That's a part of that. When I grew up, when I was in my early days, I grew up, and that was a part of one of those little African things, like self, determination, right? Self-control. These were things that we have to learn and that we lack. But all is justifying her actions. The devil is a lie. You can't get healed until you realize that you are truly broken, you jacked up, and you too are the cause of your own demise. So to say it's justifiable for her to be half evil and half good, girl, bad. Good night. Take accountability to that. While she's sitting on these platforms and she's talking about how she's helping Brianna, I'm telling this message and sending it to her. You need to go help yourself too, baby. Go help yourself because you need to heal. And I'll give you some information. There's a book called The Courage to Heal. I'll read out of it. Go grab it. There is healing workshops. Maybe y'all can come to mine on June 23rd because I got some real praying women that knows how to get down and dirty, knows how to put that and bring that thing up out of you and have you do the inner work within yourself. Because that's what time it is. It's time to heal, sis. It's time to heal. Go ahead, sis.
Okay, listen, a whole word, baby. But this is the kicker, though. This is what she charged it to. She charged it to everything that they did on that end was to prove us wrong. So y'all did all of that at her expense, right? Now y'all knowing her kids being mistreated, y'all knowing she's getting abused for real, like she's at her lowest. Y'all got to know she's mentally unstable because anytime a woman will put a ninja before her kids and even say that I don't have nothing to live for, baby, she needs to be mentally evaluated. So y'all knowing all of these things that's going on, but y'all wanted to prove us wrong, LaTrue and his supporters wrong so bad, but y'all did it at her expense, not even realizing. Because guess what? She's still suffering in silence. She's still suffering in silence, and she want that public validation so bad that she's willing to jeopardize her and her kids and suffer in silence. And it's sad. Like, it really is sad.
Yeah, I mean, even to have people over there on that side that, I mean, even upset with her and saying, okay, Bree just needs it. No, 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 no. It ain't okay. That's the problem. That's the problem. You can't get help if you go to the doctor, sit on that table. He say, what's wrong? You like, I don't know. Nothing. Then why go? You can't get help. You got to be able to say no. Stop enabling this girl to get the healing that she need by saying, it's okay. Y'all just love on her. Y'all just pray for her. Come on now. Prayer changes things, but
Yep.
it also takes faith, and it actually takes her to believe and know that I can be healed and I got some issues. So the more people turn around and say, yes, baby girl, you got to get off. Somebody needs to tell her, get off these platforms. Just get off. Let them go. Get off the platforms and go get the healing that you need. Take some time for yourself. No, instead of, no, we got you, girl, and we gonna support you. No, you ain't doing that like you said, Lou Pop. You ain't doing that, but wait until something so drastic drastic happened where she don't even have a platform any longer. This girl has already said, Amore has already said that this girl says, I have no purpose to live. She didn't even regard her kids as a purpose to live. She didn't regard the money as a purpose to live. She didn't regard her fans as a purpose to live. Facebook. So she came to herself and said, I have no purpose to live. That same spirit is going to continue knocking at her door. That's a suicidal spirit. It just don't go away because you dress up and get cute. It just don't go away because you pumped up. That thing haunts that girl. And if nobody comes to her and truly says, hold on, let us do you a favor. Let us get away from you right now and get you the help. Let us start putting some books down there, some healing books. Let us start dropping some names down there. Let us start dropping some things she can do, because what we're seeing is somebody who is headed towards a mental institution. This is how it happens. She is caught up. Like that movie that y'all ever saw called Get Out, when the boy was trapped inside of his own body because that woman had enough of that power, whatever she was using, witchcraft, to get him trapped inside of his own body. That's what you see when you see mental illness. There are people that are trapped inside of their own body that cannot get out, that no longer speaks for themselves. It's the illness that's speaking for them. So as long as you keep patty caking this stuff, as long as you keep on justifying it and just say, I'm going to send a little prayer over there. No, prayer and then work. Pray about
Yep.
how to get her to work.
And in my opinion, at this point, I wouldn't even say she's a victim of Janelle. Granted,
Absolutely
yes,
not.
he definitely holds the title of being an abuser, but I wouldn't even consider her a victim, because I would say she met her match. I would say that because we heard with our own two ears her telling Mr. LaTrue, do something, do something. Like, we heard all of that. We heard her calling him tens of bees and all that on the phone as well. We heard her behavior also. We seen her in the flesh on her live going in on Mr. LaTrue as if he was something under the bottom of a shoe. So we know her aggression. We know she can be the aggressor. We've witnessed it.
But also think about when she got on those platforms, sis, and she would dog Janelle. So you all would show that. She would get on those platforms and she would say, he ain't nothing without me. I made him. She would say that about him. How do you think a man feel about a woman feeling like every time something don't go right with us, you get on a whole platform and you're trying to destroy my career? And so she uses that to threaten him the same exact way. Oh, I'm going to destroy your career. That is blackmailing somebody. Baby, back in the day before there was social media, if you did something like that, they couldn't find your body. When you mess with that wrong person, they couldn't find you. You don't threaten somebody's whole livelihood just because you were upset. So how many times she's got on that platform and told him the same exact thing? She just said it now. You just got on a platform and called that man the devil and said you had been protecting him, and you made yourself seem like that you were innocent and he was a complete total monster because the plan did not go the way that you planned. Look at that thing, y'all. Like, at the end of the day, how do you think he's responding? How do you think his anger, how do you think he's been like, okay, you're going to play me like this? And so he's not healed and he's hurt and he has no self-control. And so he lashes out at her. But hurt people keep hurting people.
And that's why I just said that she's not a victim, because you got to think about it. See, people will look at certain things and they expect a certain standard from a man, but not a woman, because it's not very typical for a woman to be the aggressor, even though it happens, but it's more so the man when it's an abusive situation. But I guarantee you they won't call that mental abuse though, or verbal abuse. A woman getting on a platform telling a man she made him and emasculating a man. They won't say that. See, they won't consider none of those things. When it happened to LaTrue, they didn't consider it, and they had no proof of physical abuse from LaTrue. Absolutely none. Yes, they have it with Janelle, but they didn't have none with LaTrue, and I still have yet to see anybody from that side call it out on her end. And that's why I said I can't totally respect that live Miss Amora did, because at the end of the day, y'all still coddling this girl. This is a grown woman. To get up there and acknowledge and say she's evil, she's half evil and half a good person, that means you acknowledge that she's a effed up person.
Right,
So if
right.
you acknowledge that she's half evil and half good, then you should also be able to acknowledge the fact that she could too be an abuser.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, like you said, sis, that's not being spoken about is the fact that we know Amore got on there is because they had no more relations. Bree had went in a total different direction, was no longer dealing with Amore. And she said it pretty much out of her own mouth that, hey, listen, I blocked them and hey, and I heard she said this or I heard she said that. So I wanted to clear my conscience. It wasn't clearing the conscience. It was saying, you know what? I'm upset because I tried to do everything to help you out for whatever my evil game was. It didn't work in my favor, and I kept all this bull crap in, and I want to just let it all out because it is what it is. And that's exactly what happened. And so all that disrespect that Amora has done, no, baby, you got to pray for real, and you got to repent, and you still got to get that mouth and everything else right because the evil intent is still in that thing at the end of the day. And so it is what it is, but go ahead, Pop.
Yep, I was gonna speak to what you just said because if everybody really look at this situation, like it all boils down to these women were willing to jeopardize their morals, not willing, they did. Their morals, values, integrity just to prove a point on the internet. I can't like just thinking about it, y'all was literally dragging a man with no proof, but y'all had all the proof of the actual man that's still in her bed to this day doing it to her, and nobody still hasn't spoken out. Like, make it make sense. Amora said her piece, outside of the people that came out and spoke, but it's still like they still playing with it. Oh well, we never heard it come out of Bree's mouth. Y'all not gonna hear it.
Well, because as we can see, sis, it's because of the fact that it's for them. The other woman that Amor spoke about was the Denise woman, right? She's trying to have her own character on Facebook and social sites. So she's trying to build up her own crowd. So a lot of the people that's not speaking out, it's because they're still trying to stay connected for their own financial gain. And that's obvious. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it all came about with her. So she's only going to a lot of times attract those same people based off of her own hidden agenda. And like a woman said on here, Lisa, I believe, she says, yeah, she owed every domestic violence survivor, she owes them an apology because she actually played on their emotion. She played on their hurt and she played on their experience. And so I love y'all, sis. I know I gotta go. Got Bible study coming up. but I gotta go. Y'all continue to pray for me. I'm gonna continue to pray for y'all. Keep doing what you're
Yes.
doing, sis. I love it.
I love you and thank you so much for coming up.
Yes, listen. If y'all back on here knowing Lupac, if y'all on here when I get off these studies or whatever, I'll come say a prayer. But y'all continue to pray for me. Lupac, let them know too. I got a healing retreat June 23rd. And for those who are survivors and those who are still experiencing some of the traumas from sexual abuse, I will invite you all to come out to our workshop on June 23rd. It's at Callaway Garden. It's a retreat. It's a nice garden. And I have Lupac to get y'all the information if y'all want to come. But I'm telling y'all, like, we're doing the work. We're getting in the inside of that thing because ultimately, if you good now, can you imagine what the healed version of you will look like? Can you imagine what the total healed version of you will look like? So I know I'm excited about that healed version of me. I always tell my kids, you can never stop learning. You can never stop growing. And so as long as you here, always strive to become the best version of yourself and be okay with realizing that you make mistakes. But you know what? Let them be just that, a mistake. But get up and progress and be better and work on yourself. Don't stay the same. Be able to admit your guilt. Be able to admit your flaws. Be able to admit, hey, I was wrong. I did it. I was wrong. If you were wrong, you were wrong. But take accountability for it. Don't justify it. Say, I'm wrong, but I'm going to do better and I'm going to be better. I'm going to show up better. I'm going to be 100% better. I'm going to be 1,000% better because I'm going to put in the work to make sure that I am a better version of myself. And so that's what I leave y'all with. I love y'all. God bless y'all. And sis, I just love you, girl.
Love you too, and just send me that information and I'm gonna share it for you.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Okay, thank you again for
Okay,
coming up.
okay, baby.
Okay.
Bye bye, y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all.
Ooh, y'all. Okay. Now let me get back to them audios so I can speak my piece, baby, because I know it's a lot of people that want to go live that's speaking on this situation. Let me see the next one.
I'm laying it on the floor. John L. Young is not that good man that I told you guys he was. John L. Young is not that good father that I told you guys he was. He's actually a horrible guy. Now, whether he's getting counseling or working on his issues, I don't know. He may be, who knows? But from what I know, when I was a part of that team, he wasn't shit. Okay? We covered up for him time and time again. Sprinkling sugar, sprinkling sugar, sprinkling sugar. When I came out and told the team, told you guys, my day ones, that I no longer support this man, that I'm unfollowing him and will not post him on my page again, some of you guys got mad at me. Some of you guys asked me, why are you doing this?
I'm sorry. It's I could never support somebody, because if you really boil it down to it, y'all, how can you say you support me but you helping me cover up certain things like this? Like, just keep it. It's one thing to keep it in private, but it's another thing to put on a facade for the internet, knowing it's actually the opposite going on in the background. It's no way. I couldn't even believe people that say they actually support me that's helping me cover this up. Because guess what? I still got to suffer in silence. I need you talking to me and telling me, get away from him. Stay away from him. Think about your kids. I need those constant reminders, not enablers who's going to help me cover up his abuse or making him look good to the public. It's no way in hell. It's no way. Period. They wanted to prove a point so bad that he was the good guy, and I guess to co-sign the narrative that they had out about LaTruth, that they was willing to cover up and lie. Because guess what? It ain't just a cover up, it's a lie. It's deception that's being put out, like Trigger Preacher said. That is deceptive to their audience, to their supporters. If you making this man look better than what he actually is, knowing he's actually scum behind the scenes, make it make sense. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And then you still got people in the comments. Now, Miss Amora came out and put out what she put out. You got, oh my God, I'm going to try to be respectful. But you got people in the comments that's saying, oh, I would never want a friend like you. I would never, now granted, I could see why they would say that, but let's take that out of it and look at the actual situation. That's what's wrong with this generation now. It's a lot of stuff being looked over because of popularity, and it's time out for that. It's time out for that, because this girl could be in real life danger. Y'all worried about somebody telling her business, but it's the business that actually matters. Pay attention to the message and not the deliverer. Like, make it make sense for real. Child. It was hard listening to that live, just knowing that grown women could stoop that low to prove a point. Like, I don't consider what I do to be a game. Advocating for actual DV victims and speaking up against certain things, I don't consider that a cat and mouse game where, oh, I'm trying to prove a point and then you got them on this end trying to prove a point. It was never a game for me. And I'm pretty sure I could speak for a lot of the other ladies that actually spoke up in this situation. But it's given that it was a game for them. Because if y'all going out y'all way to make it, to cover up this situation, knowing that we putting out real factual information and y'all rebuttaling it with lies. Where they do that at? Where's the moral? Where's the integrity? Where's the values? Who does that? Like, it's like nobody stands for shit no more. Because how are you covering up the truth and you know it's the truth? I could see if we rebuttal it and we going head up and you don't know, we don't have no actual receipts to prove that this is what it is. It's pretty much word of mouth or what I believe versus what you believe without facts. But if it's facts in the middle and you rebuttaling it with lies, knowing it's true because you link to the source and the source then already told you, I don't know how people come back from that. Ain't no way. Like, it's no way. And like I said, at this point, after hearing the stuff Miss Amora said, I do not feel sorry for Bree, not one bit. And I hate to say that because of the way my heart's set up, I could really, really dislike a person and still sympathize with them in a situation, in a heartfelt situation. I feel sorry for them kids, period. Because guess what? Anytime a woman will literally say, I don't have nothing to live for, and you got babies that came out of you, you don't deserve your own children. Because once you give birth to them kids, once you bring kids into this world, it's no more just you, baby. You living for them kids until them kids is grown. You are responsible for their safety and everything that comes along with it until they're old enough to handle themselves. But for you to say that because of a man, child, bye. And y'all know I've been telling y'all that. You can see it though. And I literally said on my live, the last live I did, I said when I read that paragraph, because I'm an analyzer. When I read something, I read it. And when I read that paragraph that Bree put up on her page, and she said, I'm no longer living for you, or something like that, but living for me and my kids, not living. She was like, hold on, let me see it, y'all, so I can quote it right. Let me go to it. And I broke that down to y'all. And I was like, so what, you ain't been living for your kids? That's what you saying? Make it make sense. Who you been living for all this time? Where is it? Hold on. Dang, you would think I wouldn't have so much in my phone in that little bit of time. She said, where's it? I got it. Let me find it. She said, I choose myself and my kids, and I'm not tolerating another F ninja. And I said this before Miss Amore even came out with her live. And if y'all follow me and y'all was watching, y'all know I literally said this. I said, so what, she ain't been choosing her and her kids before? Because this is a pattern. Every time it's a fallout with her and this ninja, she always writes something and say that she's going to start putting her kids first. So the only thing I can think of is the fact that you haven't been putting them first. And that's obvious based off of what we see on the internet. We see the behavior. You put all your business out, so we see what's going on. And then to get triggered when you literally putting your business out and laughing about it like, if a woman want to vent on the internet, she can, she could do what she want. But that I ain't gonna go in y'all that's not how the internet work, baby. You should know that by now. You literally, like Miss Amora said, you literally said you didn't want another public breakup on the internet. But you didn't express you was big single and F ninja free at least 5 times. People following you. You an influencer. Of course people gonna speak on your situation. You're not like the general public on the internet. What part of that you don't understand? Like, child, listen. I just don't get it. And I'm really gonna be saying, I'm gonna be prayed up when it comes to them kids, because just hearing that, it's sad. Like, it really is sad This is a sad situation. And for the women who is still in defense of this ninja, y'all got to deal with God at the end of the day. Y'all got to deal with God. That's all I'm going to say. And like I said, I don't feel sorry for Bree, because at the end of the day, she's a grown woman. She's not on the spectrum, so she know exactly what she doing. Just like she can come online and put quotes in her story about knowing your worth and she wrote a whole journal about self-love, and she can do all of these things. So you acknowledging and even saying every time they break up, she let us know she done seen the red flags. Every time they break up. So if you acknowledging all of this, that means you know right from wrong. So the fact that you doing all of this behind a man and you got kids, baby, you really need to get some help. ASAP, no Rocky. Like, she needs some help. She need help and he need help. And that's why I say at this point, I don't consider her no victim, because we seen her behavior with her husband online. We seen that. Do something. Do something. We seen that video. With him, Zell is different, because it's given that he don't play with her. See, LaTruth was a softie. That's why she could play with LaTruth like that. On the back end and in public. And that's how I knew that it wasn't what she trying to make it seem. Because what she's going through now and her behaviors now is that of an actual DV victim. What she portrayed with LaTruth was some bullshit. And all of them ladies on that end, the whole headquarters know that. Come on now. Let's not play crazy. Let's not play crazy. That girl did not display anything of an actual DV victim her whole little run throughout the saga with LaTruth. She literally moved 10 minutes away from him and was still cutting up on the internet, degrading him and everything. Showing up to his house in public, she acting like she needing protective orders. In private, she still talking to him, popping up to the house with the baby girl, dropping her off all on the door camera. Child, bye. Like, make it make sense. And then to woo, say it, Pop. Don't say it, Pop. Say it, Pop. Don't say it, Pop. Oh my God. Like Kimberly said, okay, Miss Amore came out and speak, but I feel like even with the live she did, I feel like it deserved more than that. Y'all drugged Mr. LaTruth for over a year, and he's still getting drugged behind a lot of what y'all, and I'm pretty sure Miss Amore didn't tell us everything. Because like I said, when she went in on the subject about the kids, she says there are things that she did to her kids or made her kids do in that situation for that ninja. So just to say that alludes to the fact that it's other stuff outside of, you can't tell me that you that disgusted by her making her kids call him and tell him to come back. Like, that's not on the top. That's not on the list of being major. It gotta be more to it. So it's a lot that's being withheld. But she did chunk it up to, I've did a lot of things that I shouldn't have done. But she didn't go into detail. And I just feel like if you gonna put it on the flow when it comes to him, Zell, then leave LaTruth out of it. Because if you don't have no actual proof, it's easy to say, oh yeah, Bree sent me these pictures. She sent me this, she sent me that. But y'all didn't put that out there. You put out her pointing to that little baby dot under her eye. You put that out because I remember that live vividly, because Bree was up there crying and everything, carrying on. Talking about y'all messing with an innocent man. Knowing damn well he wasn't innocent. Y'all concocted a whole plan, changing dates on a photo and everything, to throw Mr. LaTruth under the bus even more. And then to say, oh, well, he's still an abuser. We gonna just chalk it up too, because that actually, they did have a fight in Jamaica. Did you see proof of that before you spoke it? Because we didn't see no proof. We didn't heard everything under the sun, every incident, every recording, and not once was a fight in Jamaica mentioned. Because guess what? 9 times out of 10, it wasn't even a real fight. Probably an argument. Or probably something she started, and that's why she didn't bring it up. Because all you said was his watch scratched her. That's not him putting hands on her. That could happen accidentally. He could have been pushing her off and his watch scratched her. And that didn't even look like a scratch under her eye. And I'm going to post it in my next video so y'all can see it. It looked like a blemish. So to say, oh, it was multiple pictures, you know, we just throw it. She said, Bree told her, just throw all them pictures in there with, you know, what's going on with LaTrue and say LaTrue did it. Bro, that is so wrong. I don't care how much you dislike that man character. If you know it ain't no truth behind it, and you know you didn't see no actual proof, because like I said in the beginning, everybody, damn near everybody close to that girl that then came from under her, that then been in her house, been around her, all of them said the same thing as far as they never seen no proof of physical abuse. Outside of them fussing, the audios with them fussing. Them arguments got real nasty on both parts. So we can't say, oh, he's still an abuser because of what him calling her 100 B's when she was on audio also calling him 100. If we ain't gonna call it out on both parts, then you can't say that. You can't. Like, it's not fair. What makes her a victim? What makes her any more of a victim than him? They were, if that's the case, they were a victim to each other. They had a real toxic marriage. That does not mean that man deserves to be labeled as an abuser. Because if that's the case, then you're going to call her one too. Because Miss do something, wasn't in a victim mode when she was running up on him, hollering do something. I ain't never told that to my abuser. I don't know what type of victims y'all know, but I don't know nothing like that. He really could have. It was a lot that played out. It's hard to believe that man's still standing after everything that played out. Like, I really wish as grown women, every woman, especially because it's a lot, like, I've been covering this story. I've been putting out facts and receipts. It's a lot of us. And it's a lot of women that idolize Brianna so much to where they wouldn't even look at my videos. It's like you can support who you want, baby, but when something comes out, this is serious allegations. The least you can do is look at what's out there, because guess what? Just because you favor somebody don't mean they always right. Don't mean they won't tell a lie. Just because a mofo might be considered pretty does not mean they have a good character, a good spirit. Does not mean they won't tell a lie. So you got to treat it just like the court of law. Because guess what? If LaTrue and Brianna was to go to court, Bree can't just go up in there saying this man abused me and they going to just lock him up. It don't work like that. They going to want that proof. They going to want that proof, baby. It does not work like that. Like, so for people to just run with what one person says because, oh, she's pretty, I'm going to believe her. No, that's not right. Like, it's not right. And that man's still being affected. Dislike his character all you want. You don't even have to follow him. But to be calling him an abuser and you don't even know if it's true is crazy to me. Because you never know if one of your male family members going to be in that situation and you're going to need a group of strangers like us to defend them. You never know. Because it hit different when it's a loved one. Trust the plus. It hit big different. A lot of y'all sad. Like, sad. I had a lady come in my comments earlier talking about, well, since both men is being called out, everything being put out the abuse of LaTrue on Bree kids. Baby, we ain't never heard of that. No proof was put out with that type of information. I don't know where that lady get that from. I don't know where she get that from. Sounding crazy. The fact that they saying, even trying to compare or bringing LaTrue back up, knowing this girl is still with Janelle. That's what y'all missing. LaTrue didn't move on with his life. He not with his wife no more. He in a whole new relationship. He don't have no issues like that. You don't see him in season all over the internet going back and forth, breaking up 2 times a week. You don't see the disrespect. You don't see none of that. So if we're going to go off of what we see, then we would have to consider her to be the toxic one. Because every week is a breakup with her and Janelle. So who's really the problem? Like, make it make sense. But y'all still dragging that man as if he's still with her. He not with her no more. I'm pretty sure. And if it's his new woman having issues, she know how to speak up. Y'all can't speak for her. Like, these people are really crazy, bro. Like, this internet stuff is crazy to me. Because people will literally take something and run with it and don't care if they seen a lick of proof. Not a lick of proof. And the bad part about the internet is once you put something out there, it's stained forever. And it's unfortunate. I can't believe that this girl literally said she got with this clown and stayed with him to prove to LaTrue and the internet that she didn't want LaTrue no more. Well, baby, if I hear that, then you proving to me that you still want him. Because ain't no way I'm about to go through hell to prove that I don't want somebody I claim I went through hell with. Child, bye. Who doing that? Who going out their way settling for actual abuse to prove that they don't want the one they claim abused them? Like, you gotta make it make sense, baby. Listen, it ain't making none. Ain't no way. It's no way in hell. I'm not about to be suffering in silence to prove that I don't want the man that I claim is a no good man. In my opinion, that's acknowledging that he was a good man. You got to look at that opposite, y'all. Because think about it. Who going out their way to prove something like that to somebody that they say they don't want that's no good? That's the worst person ever. That was a monster. She painted him out to be a monster. And then Miss Amora said she said that Janelle worse than LaTrue. So you settled for worse to prove to you settled for worse to prove to worse that you didn't want worse. What kind of sense does that make? Like, you can't, Christy, you can't make it make sense. Because it sounds crazy. Like, that's crazy. And, you know, it's people saying, well, Bree never said it out her own mouth, so I'm going to wait till she say it. You're going to be waiting a long time, baby. Because if she cutting up and carrying on, pulling up to that man's house where he threatened to call the cops on her, you know, blocking him, like Dawn said, blocking him from leaving when they break up or they fussing, begging him to come back, got the kids calling him, begging him to come back. If she doing all of that, you ain't gonna see it come from her mouth. She needs some help. But what you are getting is from the people that was closest to her. Please tell me what motive, because there's a lot of people like, ooh, something fishy. What motive would these ladies have to tell something like that? What do they have to gain? And I could say all of them threw themselves under the bus when they came out and spoke. Especially Dawn, because Dawn put everything on the floor. Her part too. So if they admitting that they did some bad things in the midst of trying to cover up her situation, what do they have to gain? To even put together lies like that. When we literally can see just her putting that post on the internet the other day, that long post that she ended up deleting the next day because they got back together. Just her putting that was the start of it. She was prepping her supporters, and I told y'all that. She getting them ready for what's about to come. Because this ain't going to end good. This ain't going to end good. Not saying it's going to be fatal, but it's not going to end good. And all we can really do is pray for them babies, because at the end of the day, when you got a bunch of enablers around you, women that's half your age that's coddling you, and who, child, at this point, lock the whole team up, because ain't no way. So y'all knowing that it's some child abuse going on, and nobody's speaking up. Nobody's speaking up for the kids. Bump Bree, because she's where she wanna be. She wants to be there. Because anytime a woman start blocking doorways from a man who putting her head between the washer and the dryer, she wants to be there. But guess what? Them kids can't speak for themselves. So it is your duty as an adult, or just a mofo with integrity, with some type of values, to speak up when you know that kids are in a jacked up situation. How many times did I tell y'all them kids didn't like that clown? I done told that to y'all so many times. I said them kids do not like him. You could tell. Not even just knowing, based off of back end information, but you could tell, you could read body language, like just them separating everything every time they do something. When they went to the movies that time, and the grandpa Walt, as for him, he went in a separate movie with the kids, and Bree and Janelle went in a movie by themselves. Where they do that at? My kids not standing for that. There's no way I'm going to the movies and going in a separate movie with my man and making my kids go with my dad. My kids not, no, they gonna want to come in the movie with me. That's a family type event. Ain't no way I'm gonna go in a separate movie. That's how you could tell. I've been telling y'all that ninja don't like kids. A ninja that like kids would be pushing for everybody to be together. Pushing for, events with the kids. All you see is him and her. And Mo and the baby girl when they want to throw her in the true face on the internet. Other than that, you don't see them at family functions. Now, when Bree and Janelle break up, you see her trying to do something with her kids. Other than that, how many times have you seen they been together over a year? How many times have you seen them do a family function? What's up, Prosperity? And shout out to everybody that's just getting in the chat, or that I missed, that I didn't see, y'all. Hey, Egyptian, make it make sense. And the fact that, y'all just call it for what it is, y'all. At the end of the day, the girl came out and she took a tote incident that should have stayed behind the scenes, because she started that shit. If you want to keep it a buck, she started that. She was the aggressor in that situation. That man had just had his complete stomach removed 4 months prior. Was no bigger than a toothpick. And I possibly still had his stomach, his feeding tube. She started that. All behind a chick that she ended up inboxing back on Instagram acting like LaTrue. You did all of that. You lost your whole husband behind some internet validation. Because LaTrue wasn't even messaging the girl, and I have the receipts. He wasn't even messaging the girl that Bree started all that ish behind. She was messaging him acting like LaTrue to see if something was going on. So oh my God, that girl lost her whole child. One thing they can't say is, when she was with LaTrue, them boys always had a haircut. They was dressing alike with LaTrue. You don't see none of that with Janelle. Y'all trying to prove Janelle is a real father game? Really? When he don't even be on camera with the kid. Outside of him trying to throw that baby girl in LaTrue face. LaTrue was literally, him and them boys was triplets. Every time you look around, him and them boys was dressed alike. LaTrue had him outside helping him cut the grass. Guess what? Yes, it was on camera because they're an internet family. They all have pages, including the kids. It don't matter if the camera is there or not. That time is still being spent. That's what people fail to realize. See, Bree tried to put it out there to make LaTrue look bad. Oh, all he do is shove a camera in their face, or he only do stuff with the kids for content. Baby, guess what? That's even better, because guess what? He's still spending time with your kids on camera, and y'all getting paid for it. It's going into y'all household. So where's the problem? You didn't have no problem with that when you was with him. He put you on game. Now you can do the exact same thing, and you done built up this clown page for the next, to go play in the next female face if y'all don't make it. He passing the generational breakage on. That ain't a word, but y'all know what I mean. He passing it right along. How you know he ain't gonna go show the next itch what you taught him, that you got from your husband? Because regardless if people want to acknowledge or not, LaTrue set her up, baby, for generational wealth for her and her kids. She's able to take care of her kids without a man because of what he did for her. She ain't know nothing about no social media. And for the ones in the back who don't try to give him his credit, it's on audio her saying if it wasn't for him. He started her businesses for her and everything. Like, make it make sense. They still don't get that man their credit for that, which he probably never get credit for that, because y'all, at this point, it don't seem like they giving it. But it's just the fact. So to play him like that, knowing, and even let's bring up Sleepy, because he has yet to speak out since Miss Amore's live. And I know people been at his top, whether it's in his comments or in his inbox. He has yet to speak out. I'm on his ass if I don't make another video about him. Because at this point, sir, the fact that you want people to believe that you really the real father gang, when stuff like this, these type of allegations is hitting the internet and you don't even speak up, but you got the nerve to do podcasts on other people's parenting. If you don't go sit all the way down with that 73 karat gold jewelry, I'm about sick of him. Because he was the same one saying, it takes a village. It takes a village. Child, bye. Just say you don't want to watch your kids. You don't want no parts of your kids. Ready to throw them off on any ninja just because you don't want to be involved. He know anytime Bree would get with a new ninja, that's a distraction, and he ain't got to worry about her. That's why he moved the way he moved. He's trying to stay in good graces and sucking ASS. Because make it make sense. Ain't no way allegations like that could hit the internet and I'm not stepping behind mine. Ain't no way. Or at least speaking up. It's no way. Like, dude, you spoke up against LaTrue. And LaTrue was actually, I didn't see you being quadruplets with them when they was dressing alike. When LaTrue was dressing alike with your sons. I didn't see you nowhere in the picture. On all their pages, their social media pages, it said Isaiah LaTrue, Lauren LaTrue, Amora LaTrue, Joshua LaTrue. It didn't say Donaldson. So to act like you just been there is some booty. Like, make it make sense. But you want to target him. You got the nerve to want to talk ish to him. But this man over here, it's receipts coming out about this man abusing your kids, and you don't speak up? Not just a little bit? What is really going on? I don't get it, y'all. And thank you, Tonaya, for the cash app. Love you, girl. Look, I said your name right. Thank you, Tonaya. And all the super chats, y'all. I didn't see them while we was talking. I never seen none of that. I can't respect it, y'all. Like, this is sad. This is real life sad. No woman should ever go out sad like that behind a ninja, especially a ninja that you taking care of. That ninja, listen, that ninja taking care of me, baby, and he really breaking their breads. I might say please one time. He gotta be a millionaire though. But ain't no way I'm begging and stopping a ninja from leaving that I gotta put gas in his car. How far he gonna get anyways? Ain't no way. I wish the pluck I would. Bruh. I wish I would, y'all. Like, who doing that? That's when you know a woman gotta be a little cuckoo bird to be begging a ninja who is not financially helping her at all. Like, nothing. Not a bill paid, not nothing, y'all. So now you gotta think about all the times she came online and said Zell did stuff. Even when her oldest son birthday came up and she gave him that birthday card and said it was from Janelle with all that money in it, that definitely was a lie. I'm not believing it. I'm sorry. Not if he over there punching kids in their chest behind tennis shoes and ish. Ain't no way. And somebody brought this to my attention and said, what was it? Dang. Oh, whenever Dawn released the messages and it said that he took that game back from, y'all remember when Bree told Dawn, not Dawn, she told Dawn, and she put in the group messages with her friend, she said, had the nerve to take the game back that he gave Isaiah. I wonder if it wasn't that Xbox that he raffled off with his clothing line. Y'all remember that? Had to be that. Had to be that, y'all. And then Amora said he took back that watch that he gave her. When I heard that, I said, oh, she don't need that anyway. That fake ass Cartier, that RDA, that wasn't even real, baby. He got that around the corner, one of the blocks in New York. That ish was not real. I did a whole video on it showing the difference between the knockoff and the actual real version of a Cartier, and it was not it. He probably took it back because so many people was on his ASS behind it. Like, what type of ninja is an Indian giver like that? This girl is doing everything for this man and he taking the little stuff he do back from her. You only got one time to play with my kids like that. You take anything from one of my children, baby, we got a problem. We got a big problem. It'll never happen. Thank you, Roro, for the cash app. Love you, girl. Thank you so much. Ain't no way. You ain't taking nothing from my kids. Nothing. Like, who? That's when you know a mama don't really. It's hard to even say that, y'all. Like, and to keep it a buck, I see a lot of people in the saga that would say, oh, she's a bad mother. She don't care about her kids. It's hard for me to say that because I'm a mother. It's hard for me to say a mother is a bad mother or she don't care about her kids because I know how I'm stepping behind mine. And it's hard to fathom a woman giving birth to that many kids and moving like that. You can't play with mine. And no man, not even a daddy. Like, I just don't get it. Then you saying, you don't have nothing to live for? Like, you ain't popped 4 out that cooch? Girl. Then Amora say her daddy. I forgot about that. Her own daddy would be telling her, Brianna, we ain't doing this today, Brianna. Get up, Brianna. Like, she would be in a slump. Behind her and Janelle breaking up. She just in the bed, not wanting to get out the bed. It's no way. It is no way. Y'all, this is... Oh, let me play another one of them audios. See what else I want to speak on. Let me see, y'all. Hold on. I think I did. Did I do this one? Let's see.
Be up for that? What do you mean? Were you woken up for that? What do you mean?
Oh.
Man, I ain't got time for this. I'm going back to sleep. He didn't even care. Then it was it was an old video in my phone. Well, let's just say your phone got hacked. Okay, well, let's say my phone got hacked. But then he came out and made a statement or a comment saying, oh yeah, bro, try harder, trying to blame it on Robert, trying to say Robert hacked his phone. Oh yeah, bro, try harder. I said, no, that's not good enough. We need to write a statement to your people. We need to write a statement to let people know that that's not a part of your character, because that is not a good look. And that's exactly what we did. I wrote that statement to cover up his cheating in Belize. The Pretty Bree stories is true. They're all true. And it was, well, what can I say? I've done dirt too. I've done dirt too. It was a time when she went over his house when he had Pretty Bree over there, and she was knocking at the door while he's in there sleeping with Pretty Bree, and he said, go home or I'm going to call the police. Wow. She had to leave his house knowing that a woman was in there getting towed down by Jonelle. And what she said to me was, well, I did dirt too. I'm going to let him have that one because I did dirt too. But any time after this, I'm not putting up with it no more. That was about the fourth time. Wow. I'm not putting up with it no more. He can't do it again. I can't guarantee. I was going to say I guarantee he did it again, but I can't guarantee he did it again. I can only talk about what was discussed with me. He's disrespectful. But why is he disrespectful? Because she allows him to be. He's a chronic cheater. Why is he a chronic cheater? Because she's allowed him to be.
Wow.
He's a user. Why is he a user? Because she allows him to be.
Y'all, imagine that. Imagine, hold on, y'all. Let me put this up. Imagine a ninja. Y'all remember when he went out of the country to Belize, and it was those two women, because I did a video on it and a bunch of others, was in that golf cart, and they was pleasuring each other. And he posted it in his story. So say it was accidental. Miss Amora said that they was blowing him up, calling him, trying to get him to let him know that that was in his story, and he did not care. He was like, oh, y'all woke me up for this, I'm going back to sleep. And they concocted a plan. Now this ninja is not giving a F about none of this ish. And they literally going out their ways to cover up his F-ups that he didn't even care that was out there anyways. That is sad. Y'all went out sad too. Y'all talking about her going out sad as older women. Y'all went out sad for that too. Ain't no way. It's no way. Ain't no way. Like, child. So it was posted in his story. And they told, Miss Amora said she told him he was gonna have to figure out a way to to what to tell his fans, his supporters. So he gonna post in his story, try again, bro, to try to blame it on LaTruth, like LaTruth hacked his page and put that in his story, y'all. Oh my God! Like, who does that? And nobody fell for that, but a few of them people over there. Like, the fact that y'all even fell for that is crazy. Y'all really think LaTruth got that type of power to hack this ninja page and post something like that in his story? Let me educate y'all on hacking. When somebody hacks your page, 9 times out of 10, you can't get back in that mother effer. You just might as well create a whole new page. You ain't gonna comment and be the next person in the story saying, oh, try again, bro. Or I'm back in, y'all. Somebody hacked my page. It don't. It don't work like that. Ain't no way. And them dummies believe that. That ninja really was trying to blame everything on LaTrue, y'all. Even the Pretty Bree situation. He told, if y'all would hear some of the excuses that he give Bree, and Bree fall for that. Like Amora said, he told her for one of the situations, he said all she did was SUCK me. I ain't sleep with her. And she fell for that. She was defending him, telling it to them on the back end. Like, he ain't never slept with her. All he did was get some head. Girl, what? What? You that pretty for what? You might as well give all the work back to the surgeons. Because at this point, you don't need none of that. You... There's no way. First of all, a broke ninja could never. You know, you gotta give, as far as that goes, you gotta give Janelle his props. Because you broke and you put, oh my God. And never in the history of ninjadom have I ever seen a ninja be able to have her be begging him and he the one that's broken and needing to be taken care of. I would think that he would be begging her because she's the financial backer, but she begging him and she the one with the money. Where they do that at? I ain't never seen no itch like that before. That's embarrassing. She at this point she need to order one of her own self-love books and journal in that mofo. You need. Cause the advice you try to give these supporters, baby, you ain't living by none of that. Not if you got this ninja playing on you like that. And then to go let him get you pregnant? Child, bye. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. You know, you supposed to, when you get pregnant, you supposed to plan for it. You supposed to have money set up, you know, to be ready for a baby, mentally and financially. This ninja ain't even, he's not buying you. You said it yourself, he's never bought you anything. So you set yourself up to take care of another baby by yourself. Who does that? Who in their right mind? It's no way, y'all. It's no way. Some of this stuff is so hard to believe, even though I know it's true. Especially for me being in the saga and being privy to a lot of stuff. It's just hard to believe because it's like, who is that crazy? And I'm sorry, I don't believe them sneakers was $1,400. I'm sorry. He definitely got some extra coins off of that situation. Ain't no way, baby. Ain't no way he paid $1,400 for them shoes. Miss Angela say Bree went live and made her son lie like he didn't get hit in the chest. That's so wrong. He got hit and then had to lie about it. When she did that, she definitely made him lie. Like, girl, you acting like these people ain't put the messages out from what you told them. The messages from you. Why would you make your son, bruh? That's sad, bruh. That's sad, y'all. Like, that's taking it to a whole nother extreme. Why are you, is enough your kids already having to deal with all of this BS when they're kids? They shouldn't be going through none of this. Let alone you making them lie for you on camera. Like, who does that? I see why CPS was on that ass. Because there's no way. Like, oh my God, bruh. This is sad, y'all. This is sad. Like, it's really sad. If you ask me, this is her out. This is her way out. Thank you, Miss Lisa. Thank you, Miss Tangela, for the super sticker. Thank you, Miss Flo. She said, I agree with you. Why they have to bring Robert name when they so-called come cleaning about Ja? Exactly. Because you got to think about it. Y'all bringing his name. Okay, you supposed to be outing Janelle as an abuser. But the fact that you putting LaTruth still in the situation, knowing how these people already feel about LaTruth, you're taking the spotlight off of Janelle. So what was the point of going live about him? If you're going to say, oh, yep, like the ex, or Robert is too, or Robert, the people already feel a way about him because of y'all dragging him for a whole year. So if you're going to drag Janelle, dedicate it to him. Or if you're going to out him for his behavior, like you said, 10 times worse. We didn't hear 10 times worse worth of behavior on that live. In my opinion, it was still some coddling being done. And being, it's like they treat Brie as if she's this little princess, or everybody just F her over like she do no wrong. But then in the same live, you say she has an evil side to her. So you acknowledge that, but y'all still coddle her. It makes no sense to me. I don't get that. Thank you, Cancer66, for the super sticker. She says, I pray that the day doesn't come when one of her sons has to protect her. This ain't going to end well. Listen, they don't get it, though. Because them boys don't play by their mama. I know mine don't. That's what people fail to realize. And you should never put your sons in that type of situation. Never. Never put your sons in a situation where they have to defend you. Posted this hard. If he really posted this hard, or she posts either way, he ain't ish. Hold on, y'all. Let me see what this is. How you going on a fast and you pregnant? Baby moms, I think this is a wonderful idea. Child, bye. You never know. Because she be on his page posting stuff too. That did. Oh my God, bro. What is going on, y'all? The baby daddy don't acknowledge what's going on, but he comment under her post talking about some fast. You in the early stages of your pregnancy, you talking about fasting? You ain't. One thing about fasting, you gotta be living your life right. You have to have the right intentions. Your heart gotta be pure. Like, stop playing with God. Stop playing with God. Oh, Lord. Miss Lady said, I do not feel any sympathy for her at all. You can't. Because what do you call a person who's a self-proclaimed victim but keep putting themselves in this situation? If this man is over there abusing you, why are you blocking the door from him leaving? Make it make sense. Why are you having your kids begging him to come back or to unblock you? And he's abusing you. Who does that? Shouldn't that be your way out? A person in a right mind will take any opportunity they can get to get away from a person that's doing it to them. Not try to keep them there. Who does that? I just don't get it, y'all. She needs some help for real. Hey, Sharice. Heavenly say she was messing with him before she left Rob because she said Booger Boy taught her about vision boards, but she has a vision board in her book, which came out before the split of her and RH. You know what? As far as her book go, it's more so like a journal. 9 times out of 10, she probably stole that idea. Because this is another thing as far as the whole vision boards go. If y'all remember when she did that live, when Big Girl was in the background, Biggie Smalls, Anaya, she was in the background, and Janelle was on the live, but he was in the comments. And that's when they were supposed to have their role together, calling each other co-star and stuff. And she was drinking from that cup. At that time, it was right after the Mario situation. And somebody in the comments said, you should do a vision board with your supporters. And she started laughing. like it was funny. And her friend was like, that would be a good idea, Bree. A vision board would be a good idea. Now all of a sudden you got them all over your house. That's what that Rita meant when she say somebody mocks somebody's personality, anybody she gets with. She does that. Even that live she did, when she was calling Janelle out, she was talking just like him. Like his sound, the way he dragged his words and everything. That's scary. That's scary. I'm sorry. Ain't no way, child. Taking on other people's personalities. Maybe it's a cancer thing. No shade to the cancers in the chat. I love y'all. Oh my God, bruh. Rose, everybody who bought a self-love book from her threw it in the trash right now. She do need help. She really do. Like, that this is a sad situation. And like I said, I'm going to pray for them kids. Because at the end of the day, I feel like she has an evil spirit. So I can't sympathize with her. Anybody who will put another man's abuse on another man and then tell it to millions of people, but you see why you in this situation now, and you see why so many women turned against you and stopped believing you because of all the lies that was put out. It's no way. It's no way. They want people to believe that everybody is just abusing her, but you called these ladies in a frantic and sent them a picture. It wasn't pictures because we ain't seen none of them. A picture of you pointing to a little scratch under your eye and saying, put this in with the other one and say Robert did it. Knowing damn well himself hadn't did that to your neck. So a woman can lie like that to that magnitude, regardless of who it hurts, cannot be trusted. I'm sorry. Ain't no way. It's no way. Ain't nobody going for that. Oh, I gotta pee. Nobody going for that. Like, that's sad for real, y'all. It's too much has been done. Too much. She even lying and crying on that live. Her and Miss Amora was crying together, knowing damn well they was finna lie to the supporters. That's the crazy part. Like, y'all literally got up there boo-hoo-hooing, baby, and had just concocted a whole plan to tell them supporters that LaTruth did that. Knowing damn well Janelle put that scratch in her neck. This is crazy, bro. Miss Madden say those babies are going through so much, including their mom forcing them to lie and beg Clonel to come back to the house to watch him. Like that, bro, that's sad. And then she said, another thing Miss Amora said is he do it in front of the kids. Or him saying, she'll be like, you need to do more with the kids or take the boys, get haircuts. And this ninja say, that's not my kids. That ain't my kids, you do it. Ain't no way. Y'all know when you a real mother, a mother who actually give about your kids, you choosing a man. If you no longer with the father, you choosing a man for you and your kids. It's no way a ninja could tell me that's not my kids, I'm not doing it, and still play in my face. Ain't no way. Sorry, it's not gonna happen. Because that right there is when you let me know that you don't give a about my kids. I can't play with you. I can't be with you. Even when they get an argument, he say F them kids. We seen that in the messages that Bree sent to them people. To Dawn and them other girls. F them kids and nobody gonna want you. I heard Miss Amora say that too. Nobody gonna want you with them kids. And she said just like LaTruth, but I never heard no audio of LaTruth saying that. I've never heard it. I can only speak for me. I've never heard of no audio of that. Now, if Bree told her that word of mouth, then it shouldn't have been put out there because Bree lies. But I've never heard it. Like this. Oh, child. It's too much, baby. It's too much. Oh, my God. Thank you, Miss Angela, for the cash app. To say it, Pop. Love you. Y'all. Oh my God. What is going on, child? And then for people to be, I seen they say people over there trolling and dragging people that speaking up against Jonelle. Are y'all serious? With all the proof that then came out about this ninja, y'all still going out y'all way to defend him? Y'all idolize this girl this bad. Somebody on the internet that y'all don't even know for real. Y'all idolize her that bad that y'all gonna troll people who speak up against somebody that the proof has been put out about. Y'all need to be in the same facility as her. Whatever one she check into, y'all need to be right next door. Cause ain't no way. Everything that been put out there at this point. The only thing y'all haven't heard is Bree actually come out and say that he did this. But the messages that been put out by multiple people that was closest to her. Ain't no fabricated text messages. They are real. All of that. And now, to put the nail in the coffin, Mr. Morton finally spoke out and spoke what was going on. And y'all want to say, oh, she got a motive. What? What can a person gain? Y'all be acting like this girl is Chloe Bailey or somebody. What can a person really gain from speaking out against her? Like, what can they get from it? What can she get? Especially if somebody willing to throw themselves under the bus. That's the crazy part. Like, if I know I got a motive, I'm gonna make myself look good. I ain't gonna throw my ish out there too. Y'all gotta make it make sense, baby. Not everybody lying on her. Just look at the receipts. It's not like it's a situation where it's just a word of mouth. All y'all gotta do is look at the receipts. They're out there. Literally. They're out there. It's the way you said that. Bro, baby said, I got 3 that don't play about this mama. Okay, listen, and don't. Oh, I forgot. Thank you, Foxy Name. She said, what about the 30K pendant he made her buy him to get back together? Oh, my God. When I heard Amora say that, y'all, it's no way. And then the fact that she knew it was wrong, she was like, I don't want to buy him that. I got kids to take care of. I can't afford that. But you still bought it? Because he broke up with you and you bought it so y'all could get back together? And the crazy part is Miss Amora said that she had already bought him one. The one that she wears now, the little small one that say JXY, that was for him initially. He wanted a bigger one. So you had already bought it. He was ungrateful, because that's ungrateful. If you bought him one and he didn't want it because it was too small, and you told him you didn't want to buy him a bigger one, y'all broke up about it, and you bought it to get him back? Girl, you crazy? Ain't no way I'm spending no 30K on no ninja. Especially one who over there taking games back from your children. And taking watches back from you. Like, he ain't helping you pay a bill, but you splurging on him like that? While you over there having to downsize? Didn't they say she downsized, y'all? Like, she got the 5th baby on the way. And you went from a big house to allegedly an apartment complex, they say? Ain't no way. You could have used that 30K and put towards a house. Boy, listen. It's no way, y'all. I'm sorry. This is sad. I feel so bad for them kids. I feel bad for them kids, though. Thank you, T, for the cash app. She says for a check, Connell. Reaction to monetary gifts. Reaction to monetary gifts versus pregnant. Thank you, T. This sad, y'all. Like, you know what? When you put your kids in this type of situation, the only thing that comes out of it is resentment. She gonna have some problems later on. When they gonna be old enough to where they, you know how kids get to a certain age where you stop spanking your kids or anything like that. When they gonna get to that age, she gonna have some problems. She gonna have some problems because kids feel everything you go through, and the neglect and everything. They gonna be resenting her. I'm sorry. They gonna be resenting her because it's no way. Ain't no way. I couldn't. My heart wouldn't even let me put a ninja before my children. That ninja can go quick. Quick. Can't do it, baby. You welcome, Ricarda. Pretty Green, I say Robert first baby mama did the same thing, and she sit back and listen. As for her, she's a waste of space. She going through her karma right now also. And all over the internet asking people to buy her all kind of stuff. Somebody say she put some shoes on there for herself too. Asking the people for summer clothes for them cheering and put some shoes on there for herself. I could see it. I ain't been on her page in a few days. I can't fathom her too often. That's why I don't talk about her like that. Not every day, cause oh my God, child, she just as bad. I'm convinced he picked the same baby mama twice. Hit the like button, y'all. Miss Cherie says, is the going to Ja house and knowing he's having relations with someone else while you're outside banging on the door. I forgot about that. That's the crazy part. Like, you literally went to this dude's house. But y'all heard when Amora say she laughed at, that's Chrissy. When he was dating Chrissy, if y'all remember, they had that Keeping Up with the LaTrue group. And the admins up in there would be going hard with posting Chrissy because of the relationship himself and Chrissy had. And I remember Janelle had went live one day and somebody commented and said, you wrong for doing Chrissy like that or something like that. Something along those lines. And because I still had that screenshot when my source sent it to me. So, Chrissy, I guess she pulled up at his house and Bree was there. And she was knocking all over the doors and stuff or whatever because he was still dealing with Chrissy. And Bree was laughing. Amora say Bree was laughing. And I know Amora not lying about that because whenever that situation happened, when they had put it out there, it was the Bree Hive them put it out there that Chrissy went to jail. So Bree must have put that bug in their ear. Because how else they gonna know that? How else they gonna know that? So she put that bug in their ear or whatever. And they was posting it because somebody had sent me a screenshot and was like, Chrissy went to jail. So we knew about it, but we didn't know if it was true or not. We just know they were saying it, but we didn't believe them. So apparently it really did happen, right? So you was laughing at the fact that this ninja called the cops on her and got her sent to jail. But he was threatening the cops on you while he was in the house with Pretty Bree. Or whoever the girl was that was in there at the time. And you knocking all on the doors. That is so, I wish I would. That is embarrassing. I wish I would. I wish I would be knocking on the door while a ninja is up in there tearing somebody else back in. Child, bye. Child, bye. You would never play in my face like that. You and her can have each other. Talk about, I'm going to let him slide. I did something too. Girl, you ain't did shit. Oh my God. Y'all. I hope she, at this point, even though I feel like she is pregnant and somebody says she posts a video and you can really see her belly. At this point, this would be the time to wish that it was a prank. Because, girl, if you really let yourself get pregnant for this ninja and he is all of these things, you finna be miserable. Not even just that entire pregnancy, but the whole relationship. You about to be miserable. Ain't no way. If you going through hell and back with a ninja before the baby, how you think it's gonna be after the baby? He gonna give you problems with your own child. Watch. Mark my words. Mark my words, y'all. That's his only child, and the way his mama look, she ain't playing it. He gonna give her problems. Watch. Hey Nicole, say look I can chat. I been said Amora was going to tell it all, and oh well, we been knew. Yup, she ain't really tell. She told a few extra details, but for the most part, we knew all of that already. They just didn't want to confirm it. That's the crazy part. What pregnant person gonna fast? Somebody sent me that screenshot she had posted it. Hey Andrea, perspective. I'm like, how you fasting and you pregnant? You in your early stages. That's not healthy. Even though it's you fast based on God and the Bible and stuff like that, but you're not even living your life right to be fasting. You gotta be of a pure soul. Like you gotta be of pure energy. Just a good person in general to have a successful fast. And she's not there. Trust me. Not with all of this that's going on, child. This is crazy. Ricardo says she was better off saying I'm acting like she was on Mario girlfriend. Remember when she first came out and she was going to see Mario the singer and she just kept talking about him. He knew better. Listen, Mario definitely dodged one. He definitely did. If he really tried to flirt with her like she said, y'all know she be lying. He definitely dodged one, child. Look at the odds. He dodged one and she end up with himself. Karmic relationship. Check Janelle reaction to getting monetary gifts versus the pregnancy reaction. What you talking about, T? What monetary gifts he got? Did I miss something? Shamisa said, hold on, Lupac. Not too much on the cancer. She a whole different breed. That's why I say no shade to all of y'all. But child, listen. Think of her and foot meat is a cancer. That's the bad part. And they both throwed. Miss Sandra say, I'm not sympathetic to her situation either because she's been doing evil stuff from the start. She has. And that's what makes it hard. When you know her actions and the role she played, all the lies she told, even now with, the people coming from under there, from the whole headquarters, and them coming out revealing stuff and letting people know the stuff that they did, is crazy to me. You get no sympathy, baby. None at all. Kay, keep it cute was Miss Mel. She said, I wish I would downgrade my home and then spending thousands of dollars on a ninja. Okay, her priorities is not in order at this point. Because if you downsize your home, but you can afford to buy a ninja, that might be why she had to downsize. She might have lost, I could see her losing her house behind him. Because you got to be real stupid. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, child. Ain't no way. Like, this is crazy, y'all. Hey, Yams. Love you. Yes, y'all. Get them likes. I'm about to get up off here, y'all. Hey, Lakeisha. I don't know if D-Ham's still alive or not, but I'm tired. I need a little nap. I might work on a video. Miss Angela said, I have no respect for him, or she's still full of ish, and Robert should have not been mentioned. Nope. He shouldn't have been mentioned. You can't go from, I done dragged him enough and the focus is on Janelle to keep constantly adding LaTrue in it, because you already know how these people feel about him. So you overclouding what you're saying about Janelle by bringing LaTruth up. Like, then you bringing them up with situations that we ain't never even heard of. Nobody heard of them tussling in Jamaica. Like, that ain't been put out there. And we definitely ain't finna believe y'all, not just word of mouth. We need some proof behind that. Especially if you doing a video saying how y'all have been real deceptive, but y'all want us to believe that happened? Come on now. That's not how it go. It don't work like that. Imagine somebody telling you, all the things they lied about, but then they want you to believe one instance of a situation. Like what? Hey Chris, me. Ariana say Booger said, let me plant this seed so that I could take the baby. All he needs to do is tell that she leaves her children by themselves. Listen, I forgot about that. She sure do. Leaving them kids home. Dawn did say that. And I think Dawn brought it up again. How you leaving them home to go spend the nights with him? Like, who does that? What's up, Mias? I'd be too scared, y'all. Why y'all saying congratulations to Robert? What happened? What I miss? Thank you, Hercules, for the super sticker. I hate to jump off of here while y'all got, wow, which one? Y'all, we got about 500 people in the chat. I'm tired, y'all. I need a little nap. I've been on go, baby. I've been on go. If I ain't doing nothing, oh, excuse me, I'm yawning now. If I don't oversleep, I might jump back on live. We gonna do a late vibe live tonight. I'ma see y'all. Might be members only, might be public. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm about to jump up off here. We've been on here 2 hours and 9 minutes. Thank y'all for tuning in. Please hit that like button for your girl if you don't mind. If you enjoy my content, if you don't enjoy it, still hit it, because we've been in here 500 deep, baby. So clearly y'all watch me for a reason. Hit that like button. If you would like to donate to me monetarily, the Cash App is $Lupac1. You could also buy your girl a coffee. The coffee link is pinned at the top. You can get you a membership to support my channel. If you want to watch some exclusive content on the saga stuff, is in members only, baby. We go hard in there because we can. Anyways, love you guys. Thank y'all for the Cash App, super chat, super stickers. Hit the like button on y'all way out. Make sure y'all have a blessed night. Go support the other people that's live. I think maybe Miss White might still be live over on Chat and Chew. D-Ham might be live. I don't know who else, y'all. I don't know. I think Amber might be going live. It's a few, y'all. It's definitely Robert season. At the end of the day, if y'all really look at it, and this is not me being biased, this is not just because I support him. This is because of what you can see. If you really looking at it, outside of him losing some views, which ain't major, because the truth got a lot of pages, baby. Outside of him losing some views, he's flourishing. Like God doing his being with him. He's living his best life. He's doing everything he wanted to do while he was in the marriage, but couldn't because he had an overbearing, insecure wife. So he's doing all of that now, and she going through pure hell with Janelle. So who's winning? Because I remember her saying early on in the saga, y'all gonna be able to tell who's actually the good one out of the situation based on how God blesses them. So take it like that. Do what y'all want with that piece of information. But I love you guys. I'ma see y'all later. I'll be in somebody's chat too.